What's up, boys? Today I'll be reviewing WrestleMania Night 1, and 2K20 is trash, so I'll just be playing some Fortnite for this video. And so, we will be talking about Night 1 of WrestleMania 37. I watched it from start to finish. So yeah. I mean, there's some part that I missed of it, but I'll get to that when I get to that. I hope it makes sense. Anywho. So, to start off the show, it panned to, like, the stage to start off the pre-show, and I really liked the look of the stage initially. It looked really awesome. Has little pillars, you walk through it, and then there's a big pirate ship above it. I'm not very good at describing things, obviously, but I still really enjoyed the look of that. But I thought that it was going to start at 7 instead of 8, because usually pay-per-views nowadays start at 7. And so I was confused because there wasn't a pre-show, because when I went on to Peacock, I clicked on it, and it said something like, your broadcast will be on shortly. Hold on, coverage will begin shortly. And I was so confused because it was like 30 minutes before WrestleMania, the pre-show, because I thought that it started at 7, the normal show. So I just wasted like 30 minutes of my life listening to this annoying like noise. Anywho, the pre-show people was Jerry the King Lawler, love the guy. Booker T, also love him. JBL, not too big of a fan of him. A lot of controversy backstage. And some dude from like ESPN or something. His voice was annoying. I didn't like him. And then the most annoying girl that they could have gotten to like lead it. I don't know who it was, her name, but she's just the most annoying human being that you've ever seen. She's like, ah, bah, 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 literally the entire time. I'm sorry that I'm being like rude or whatever, but that was just horrific. But then, as soon as it was over and the normal show started, they had a really... Actually, no. Vince McMahon came out as soon as WrestleMania started. And he came out, everybody, like a bunch of wrestlers were on the stage. And Vince McMahon was just welcoming everybody and saying hi to all the fans, because this is the first time since, like, they said a year, a month, and a day that they've had fans attend a WWE show. So that was really big that they actually had fans for it. And then we had the singer for America the Beautiful. Oh, I hate to say it, but it was just like nails on a chalkboard. Gosh, that was just thinking back to it, they couldn't have picked somebody better to do it. I mean, I hate to say it, but like really. Anywho, and then it had a pretty cool video package. I think they might have reused some of the things from last year, but you know, it's fine. And then there was a weather delay, so it was raining in Tampa, so they delayed it due to weather, and it started like at 8:40, I think, is when the first match actually began. So during the weather break, I actually went and got some food. And by the time that I came back, Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre were already in the ring, so I can't really say much about their entrances or the video package before the match, or if there was any show pyro. But I hope there was. I need to go look it up one day. But yeah, the match was what you would expect out of two behemoths. Just a bunch of tossing around. Yeah, I'd give it a thumbs up, but I don't know. And then we had the women's tag team Turmoil. Oh, this was not a very good match. But Natalya and Tamina won by defeating the Riot Squad, Carmella and Billie Kay, Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. I'm trying to think. Lana and Naomi. They won by that. Turmoil, they were the last ones in, so of course they would win. I I didn't like the match. It was slow-paced, and it just wasn't very entertaining. Most women's matches I really don't enjoy for some reason. They just always look really stiff, you know. But anywho, after that, we had Cesaro versus Seth Rollins, and boy, that match was absolutely amazing. That match was just great. I couldn't have asked for more out of Seth Rollins and Cesaro. They worked their butt out there. Cesaro did win, which I'm happy about. Seth Rollins' pyro during his entrance was great. Had little flames coming up. Really amazing. My favorite part was Michael Cole called it the UFO, and Cesaro had Seth Rollins up there with like no arms on his shoulders and just span him around. It was brilliant. It was awesome, and I loved it. Then we have AJ Styles and Omos versus the New Day for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I don't think it's any surprise to anybody that Omos and AJ Styles won. I do find it kind of funny that Omos was wrestling in like street clothes. I found that pretty nice. And also I find it funny that Omos is a WWE champion now. Well, like Raw Tag Team Champion, but that's still a championship. So I just find that funny that freaking Omos is out of all people. It was okay. Some nice technological, whatever it's called, stuff when AJ Styles, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston were in the ring. And then, boy, when Omos got into that ring, he was just tossing everyone around like a freaking rag doll. And I just loved it. That was awesome. And then Omos, to get the win, he just had his foot on Xavier Woods. It was awesome. I really like the direction that they're going with this, so hopefully they don't ruin it. Next up was a steel cage match between Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon's great, Braun Strowman's not. I was hoping Shane would win, and I actually thought that he was going to win for a second, but who was I kidding? Why would they let Shane McMahon beat Braun Strowman? Because nearing the end, Shane McMahon was on the outside of the cage, and then, like the moron he is, totally not scripted or anything, he stuck his hand through it and started waving at Braun Strowman, and Strowman grabbed his arm and ripped open the cage and grabbed him. And I'm trying to think of what he did from there. I think he like threw him off the top of the cage and power slammed him, and then got the 1, 2, 3. But yeah, it was a decent match. Probably not my favorite. No, my favorite of the night was definitely Cesaro versus Seth Rollins, but still a good match nonetheless. Oh boy, the next one. A lot of problems with the wrestling community, and I'm with them, with freaking Bad Bunny and Damian Priest defeating The Miz and John Morrison. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people complaining like me, but I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny. I'm not a fan of his music. I'm not a fan of his personality. Anything to do with his in-ring work, I'm not a big fan of. Damian Priest, he's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm fine with him. He's giant. I love big people like him. But then The Miz and Morrison, they just have really good charisma, and I'm actually glad that Damian Priest won. I just wish that his partner wasn't Bad Bunny. But I think Damian Priest defeating The Miz and Morrison is great for his career, and I'm glad that they put him over in his WrestleMania first ever match. So, pretty cool there, but still not a great match. Next up, we have Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship to main event the show. This match was actually decent for a women's match. So Bianca Belair obviously won. Nobody saw Sasha Banks winning this one. Another very predictable match. But the EST of WWE got the dub. And the highlight of the night happened. When she was celebrating, she had the title up in her hand. She was showing it to everybody. And then no joke, they panned over the front row, and there was somebody like halfway over the barricade and security pulling him off. And I just found that so funny because, I mean, if it's the first night back and they're already causing problems. That's WWE fans for you, eh? Anywho, another great thing that happened last night is that Green Shirt Guy was there. If you don't know who Green Shirt Guy is, he's a legend within the wrestling community. He literally goes to every single wrestling event possible. It's freaking crazy. The last time I went to a wrestling event, which was in 2016. Well, no, the last time I went to like a televised event, I've been to a house show before. But a televised event was Battleground in 2016. And he was there. So, I mean, I swear he's been to every single televised event since then. And probably even before that. Well, definitely before that. So, I mean, he's just crazy, man. I don't know how much money he has to pay for that. But, you know, it's fine. Waste your money, you know? You know, it is his money. I know. There's no need to judge him. He's awesome. Every single time that I see him on my TV, I smile. So it was tough when it went to the Thunderdome and I couldn't see him. But anyway, guys, that'll be the end of today's video. Tell me in the comments what you thought about WrestleMania 37. I'm stuck in 2020. But night 1 of 37. If I had to grade it out of 10, I'd probably give it, I don't know, probably a 7 or an 8. Out of 10, so that's pretty solid, I'd say. So yeah, anywho, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice one. I'll probably keep this, nah, I won't, actually. I was going to say I might keep it up and running, the Fortnite game, just so you can see how I do, but I die to a bot, so I don't really want you to see that. Anywho, and also, I don't want it to take a few hours to render, because, I mean, and upload, because I'm on a time crunch. I do want to get this video out as soon as possible, or at least before the new WrestleMania starts, which is probably in a few hours at this time. Hold on, let me see what time it is. So at the time of recording this, Eastern time, it is 11:50, so in about 8 hours WrestleMania will start, but I do want to watch the pre-show some. So yeah, getting ready for night 2. Hopefully I'll do a results/review video of that. But anyways, peace, guys.